it's necessary that we get what God is calling us to in this season. You got to know when to recover. You got to know when to sit down and just let your daddy minister to you. Amen. A couple weeks ago, God said it's necessary. I said, God, what? What's necessary? He said, your recovery. Some of us got out of the recovery room before time. We got up because it was too cold. We got up because we didn't like the person that God had put in position to take care of us. And we missed the opportunity to be refreshed in His presence. And yes, the assignment is on our life. But we walked out of recovery ill-equipped, unequipped. We were not sufficiently equipped. Your hips wasn't wide enough to carry the load that He put on you.
All right now.
But in its season, what God has spoken concerning you, I guarantee you it's going to manifest in its season. It shall come to pass, but in its season. Sometimes people talk us out of stuff because they weren't in the recovery room. See, one thing about the recovery room, and I'm going to the Word, it's a controlled environment.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You're in a state where you have no control. You're under the influence of medication. You're under the care of somebody that's more qualified to deal with what you're dealing with.
Talk to us. That's good.
And you stepped out of the bounds of what God called you to. I was at the hospital a couple weeks ago with my daughter, and we went to one place and they didn't know what they were doing. And they were just playing this whole guessing game and say, okay, one night is enough for this. And they said, well, Mama, what you gonna do, Mama? What you? You know, and I just kept, I said, yeah, we need to go. But I couldn't move until God said move. At the appointed time, God said, get up and go to the woman's hospital. When we got to the woman's hospital, it was just a matter of time before they figured out what was going on. They say if you leave here, you're leaving against medical advice. I said, I understand. Give me the paperwork because I got authorization from God. When God gives you authorization to do something, you get up and you make haste and do what He called you to do. It didn't look like what He showed me. While I was in the waiting room, I received a couple of phone calls of other emergencies. I stepped out of the room. Many times went into the parking lot, Brother Joseph, and prayed with other people. Never once mentioned, Sister Cynthia, that I was in the emergency room myself. But when I hung up the phone, I said, oh God, it's my child in that room. God, do for her what you just did for my sister. Do for her what you just did for my brother. It's time out for you having faith for everybody else. And you don't have faith to believe God for what's going on in your life. I come to encourage you in the faith tonight. If God spoke it, it shall come to pass. I said something to LaWanda when I was leaving out of the house, woman of God. Oh God. See, let me tell you something, mamas. You can let people talk you out of ministering to your children because they're in a broken state. You can let people talk you into walking away from your homosexual son or your lesbian daughter if you want to. And you get up to heaven and you look up and you don't see them.
Come on.
Shame on you.
Come on now, that's good word.
I say, Lord, I ain't going to preach this gospel all these years and my children be lost. I don't care if your husband been using crack for 15 years. If God said for you to stay, you better stay. Unless He gives you authorization to leave. I don't care what your girlfriend says. I don't care what your mama said. God called you to it and He'll bring you through it. Stop walking away to what God has assigned to your hand. You go into these places that just want to butcher you up. If you're in a place that's not equipped to take care of your needs, you better get up. You're going to come out with one ear, two fingers, because they're not equipped to deal with what God has put on the inside. Dream killers. You got to get the dream killers and the dream snatchers out of your life. You better decree and declare over your seed what thus says God. My baby name ain't Lil Killer.
There you go. Amen. That's it.
You better say what God says about your husband. You better turn off the housewives of Atlanta.
Come on. Oh God. All right.
Some of them ain't married, and some of them divorced and wish they were still married. But to save face, they walked away from purpose.
Come on.
I understand everybody talking, but God's got you hidden.
Yes.
When God is hiding you, don't come out.
Amen.
I said to LaWanda today, before I got ready to leave out, I said, Lord, I want to be early tonight. And I ran out 3 different times, and none of my shoes would fit. My shoes were flopping. And I said, well, LaWanda said, you lost weight? I said, I don't know. I don't know what happened. But the other day, Saturday, I was going somewhere, and I was late, and I called my friend, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm really late. She said, what's going on, sister? I said, I got wardrobe failure. Everything was too tight. So today I decided I'm going to lay out in God's presence. I say I'm going to lay out in God's presence. So you got to know when to sit down or lay down in His presence. So all day long I get up and go in the kitchen. This morning was a little bit busier than my afternoon, but I laid down. And while I laid down, recovery started to take place in my body. The fluid that was locked up in those places that it didn't need to be. See, I didn't need to get up here tonight with my ankles 12 inches wide, because I wouldn't be able to stand here as long as I have. But while I was recovering in His presence, He ridded me of the thing that had me sluggish this morning. I was holding too much water because of something I had eaten yesterday. So some of you carried something into the morning from what you did on yesterday. But I'm telling you tonight, if you lay down in the presence of God, it says He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. He anoints my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Guess what? When He anoints your head with oil, just go on and receive. Receive that anointing of called recovery in your life. The anointing is to add to your natural, His super, so that you can perform that which you're unable to do on your own. Say, Lord, if I'm going to fulfill this assignment, I need you to do some things in my body. Lord, if I'm going to fulfill this assignment, I need you to do some things in my marriage. Lord, if I'm going to fulfill this assignment, I need you to do some things in my appetite. Lord, if I'm going to fulfill this assignment, do some things in my children. Lord, if I'm going to fulfill this assignment, do some things in my marriage. Do some things in my ministry. Do some things in the workplace. You know what that thing is that keeps you from going forth in that which God has called you to. You know what that thing is that causes you to rush out of recovery before it's time. Even Jesus understood that the season came that He had to pull away from the crowd and be refreshed. For some of you, you just need to be refreshed. You're spiritually burned out. You've been serving everybody, but you haven't been taking care of you. You've been taking care of the husband. You've been taking care of the children. You've been taking care of the church, but you haven't taken care of you. Some of you just need to go on in the natural and get a checkup. Some of the stuff the devil done put on us is because of our inattention, or we haven't paid attention to what's going on in our bodies. As it is in the natural, so it is in the spirit. Thank you, Father. It's okay if you sit down, but if you stand up again with me, it's all right. But you got to know when the time comes for God to raise it up. Jesus went down into hell and the grave for 3 days. As we're in this resurrection season, on that third day, He said, was it 72 hours? I don't know. The Bible says, one day with the Lord is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. Quit letting people put you on their time, because God's time ain't your time. He says, my ways are not your ways, neither my thoughts your thoughts. He says, high as the heaven is from the earth, so are my ways. Amen?
Amen.
Tonight, God says, it's necessary for you to recover in this season. If United Family Worship Center is going to do what God has mandated for this house to do, we've got to go through a season of recovery. Sometimes you've been laboring. Some of you labor with the same people in your family. The same people call you every month for a loan, and they didn't pay the last month loan. And the same people keep calling you with the same problems, but they won't come and get what you eat so that they can be a feeder source for somebody else. Cut it off.
Thank you, Lord.
You got to come to a place in your life that if it don't sustain itself, you got to be willing to let it die. We're trying to keep alive some stuff that God has called an end to in our lives. It don't have authorization to live in this season. You got to walk away from it, as painful as it is, as comfortable as it is having it around. In the book of Jeremiah 8:22, he said, is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? He says, why then is not the health or the condition of the daughters of my people recovered? Jesus was the balm.
Right.
He said they got everything that they need at their disposal. But because they had gone after all other kind of stuff, chasing after other gods, he asked the question, Jeremiah. He was the weeping prophet. He was laying before God and weeping on behalf of the people when they didn't have God up. He says, why then are the daughters of my people not healthy, not whole? Why is their condition, their physical, their spiritual condition failing? Is there no balm? You got to come to the place in your life where I'm going to quit going into the presence of God broken and battered and bruised and leaving out the same way that I came. You do yourself a disservice. That's like a woman and a man getting together and touching and feeling and doing the things that husband and wives do, and then get up and say, oh, I was just playing. There's nothing more frustrating to God than for him to show up with your miracle in hand, and you decide, oh God, I was just playing. I changed my mind. I decided I'm going to go and do something else tonight, because it's going to take too long to get what you're trying to get. But I know over here how long I can pop right in and get what I need and come on. I can stop right here, smoke a little joint, drink me a little wine, and come on back and I'll feel better. But you got to settle it in your heart. I don't mind waiting, God. I'm going to stay right here until Shiloh comes. I'm going to stay right here until I feel the breakthrough. I'm going to stay right here until the water breaks. I don't care how many times they sent you home. I went to the hospital carrying Jessica. I showed up. I was doing business. I had gone to the jewelry wholesaler, picking up on big containers. And I said, oops, right in the middle of the store. I said, oops, my water broke. I got to the hospital. They said, no, your water didn't break. You must have, you must have eliminated. You must have used the bathroom on yourself. But I said, no, there was something different about this. Come on. See, when your water breaks, you're going to know. When that which God has promised you breaks, you're going to know it. You can't be confused with nothing else. They sent me home. I went on and took them what they said. We laid there about another 12, 13 hours. Something happened again. I said to the pastor, I said, all right. Not only did the water break, I said I had the pink show. I had the proof in the pudding. I had evidence that my delivery had come to pass. I was in my time of delivery. Amen. You say, why they made you wait so long? I didn't wait too long. There was something that God was still working on the inside of her that she needed before, the 12 hours before when they sent me home. But this time when I got back, They said, we're not going to send you home. You've dilated 5 centimeters. I listened to them say, well, no, your water didn't work. No, your water broke, but it's sealed back. So now we got to go in and break it. It's a little bit more uncomfortable when man has to break your bag. They don't consider how painful it is. They just ready to get the delivery over with so that we can move on to the next one. Next, you got some people in your life that's just want to break your water bag in a hurry just so that they can move on to the next season. But I decree and I declare that in this season, you're going to know who's for you and who's against you. You're going to know who's the midwife or who's laying at the foot of your delivery waiting to snatch up your baby.